Hey, what's up everybody? This is going to be a Yuris revenge game. It's going to be in tour of each of it's going to be a Soviet versus Soviet. Now I wanted to show this game because this is an interesting game. Sometimes in the beginning they don't really rush each other and there's not a lot of aggression in the beginning. Sometimes, just because they have like exactly the same amount of tanks, same units, mirror matchup. So sometimes, you know, they're like, why should I attack him now or attack him later? So the soy player is the blue player and the Darius or whatever is the purple player. So but you're both playing with different play styles right now, and one of the play styles might be better because they're both going to do two different things. So I mean, it's not really more of a game plan than a play style, kinda, because so far, I think the purple player has got his radar up faster than the blue player. Now you gotta send a split. So he wants to send a split. Oh no, he's just shooting the ore. And now purple has to get that fresh ore. How many ore factories this blue player has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And purple only has 3, so 5 versus 3 war factories. Now notice he put that sentry gun on the top. Because that's only if he goes in there. He's not gonna attack from the middle. Obviously, it's defended. See, that's dangerous to do, put infantry near the hill like that, when you know he's building up it. Now he has sometimes those miners are waiting to dump for a couple seconds. Not too bad, but a little bit of a delay on the macro of purple. No. This is the kind of like in a 3 versus 3 tour they do this with V3s and stuff, and they mess everything up. And I was thinking make one, just make him make a flag truck and then stop, or you could actually make enough to try to actually kill off the hill. I think 4 is enough now. He's actually penetrating that flag cannon, so that's pretty good. But the thing purple has to worry about is when the tanks come to attack him. Is he going to have enough rhino tanks? And it looks like he has 3 war factories versus 5. Now, shooting at a pyramid, I don't, you know, get the point of that. Not too important. If he could kill that flak cannon off, he could kill that power plant and a refinery. Now this is something he did. I didn't think it was a good idea. Going over here, trying to hit that ore factory and run. Because, you know they're probably going to get ran down. The rhino tanks are probably going to run them down. Oh, no. What is he doing? He must have... Oh, I think he misclicked right there. I think he misclicked. Oh, you can set, if you send in 1 terror drone, it'll kill V3s pretty easy. I mean, I think he didn't have vision right there, so he might have clicked to get a scout in so he could see what to shoot at and beginning part of that hill. That might have been what happened now. The problem is, are you going to be ready when blue comes in with all his stuff? Purple's trying to compensate less war factories with infantry. Now he just got the 4th war factory, I believe. Oh man, but blue has a lot of rhino tanks. Yeah, blue has so many more. I didn't actually count how many he had, but if you should be able to look at it and guess, you know, this guy has a real lot of tanks. So there's that stuff with the V3. I mean, if it would have gotten to a really long game and nobody attacked, maybe it would have worked. But blue just kept going war factory, and that usually wins in the Soviet War. So you gotta remember that. Good game. Good game. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is going to be another Yuris French game. It's going to be on offense, defense. And you know, this is a high resources map. It's got 2 oils, it's got gems, which is the money that gives you double the money. So if you see Soviet's defense, it's with bunkers. That's okay. I mean, I'll make maybe 1 bunker in the front. But I mean, Soviet really should, you know, maybe go 1 minute from war or straight tank rush, and then make as many war factories as possible and rush the Allies pretty hard. Now see, I think that's a little bit too much defense early game. I mean, that's good against, like, if he has a lot of Mirage tanks and he wants to get into his base. I mean, the ally wants to get into his base, and then he's like, oh, I got these beta bunkers. You're not going to mess me up with this Mirage tanks. That's actually really effective, and you could even use your Desolator to help it out. But, I mean, he's got a game plan. Notice he's got the Desolator in the back of the base to defend against paradrops. And this is something you actually don't... Oh, wow. Got a power plant. That is not good. That's actually something I do not like happening. When you had to cancel tanks to make flak trucks, and the fact that you already go in low power, and it actually kind of throws you off balance, because you're supposed to get a lot of tanks in rush and put the ally under pressure. When the ally counterattacks, puts you under pressure, it's really not a good thing to lose all your tempo. So if he needs to take his tempo and attack with it. Initiative, tempo, momentum, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so, fast battle lab, that can work. It works sometimes. I've seen it actually work successfully. But I think, overall, making multiple war factories early is a little bit better overall. And notice that he walled off, so he doesn't want to paradrop the oils in the top. That's not a bad idea. I mean, that might have been why he lost his power plant. He might have been distracted making walls, and he might have been distracted, you know, doing other stuff, like just doing stuff with the walls and stuff. And sometimes, you know, making a wall takes a little bit of effort, because you gotta like actually look off the screen for like a second or two while they're attacking you, and that plane got that power plant. I notice he has the bunker, but he made another sentry gun. So I mean, you don't need that much defense. The ally cannot go into his base, but he can attack the front of the base. Can't attack the miner in the front of the base and kick him off the gems. And he could try to attack, but he can't really like go into too much defense right there. See, green is a good player, but I don't know if he's like kind of like a little bit panicky because he knows like this ally is a good allies. I'm not sure, but I mean that's a little bit too much defense. So boom, boom, boom. We'll run over that miner. Run over that miner. See, this is oh, nice. See, remember when I said always run away with the Iron Curtain? This is what the LA is doing right now. And the Soviet has to go after those Mirage tanks. You either could take the lab buildings or the Mirage tanks, and he made the right choice by chasing Mirage tanks, I think. Maybe. But the thing is, when there's pillboxes and infantry all over the place and they're running away, it's hard to like really kill a lot of Mirage tanks. And the fact is, he's on 1 war factory. If he would have done the Iron Curtain and had 2 war factories that had, you know, 50% more production, he would have been able to do more damage, because it would have been like a Iron Curtain that tanks in the front, and he would have just been like a steamroll all over his base. And that's how Soviet wins on this map, by just steamrolling them with the Iron Curtain in the front. Or try to rush. I mean, this Soviet play allowed the Allied to make a ore purifier and prepare for the late game. Because if you go for fast battle lab, the Allies could actually adapt his playstyle and say, this is going to a long game, I'm going to ore purifier. And his money is going to be very high. And you can see on the right side of the screen, the money of the Allies is going up and up. And Soviet needs to counter with an industrial plant. But actually, you know, he's spending a lot of money in the nuclear missile. And his momentum is not going for him, but he does have the super weapon, so he could get a big hit with a nuclear missile, Iron Curtain, and kill the Allies. But he's got to hit it in the right time. And the Soviet has to remember, he cannot get his nuclear missile or his Iron Curtain blown up by the chronosphere. Chronosphere tanks, or prism tanks and battle fortresses or whatever. He might try to shoot the battle lab, so he loses his force shield. There it is. And there he has his industrial plant. And see how he has them close together? I think that's so he could force shield. They do that sometimes. But, you know, he didn't try to force shield that battle lab. He probably didn't think he was going to get it or something. So, the Soviets kind of like looking for a way to attack. But that's this is a problem you don't want to deal with if you have the choice not to. That many Mirage tanks, and look how they're hiding in the trees. Usually in most maps it doesn't, you could tell where they are pretty easily. But this map, you know, I can't even see him in observer mode. How is he gonna see him? Look at when they go into the trees. That's freaking deadly. Isn't that freaky? Albert Einstein created that. Pretty freaky. Now you might have to try to Desert Bomb him or chase him away, but if you use the Iron Curtain in pure self-defense, he's gonna try to Desert Bomb him with the flag trucks, and watch. I know what he's trying to do. But he just can't run into a Navy SEAL and he's fine. Go, go, go. He's gonna go quick. Go quick, go quick. Okay. Yeah, not a bad hit. He kicked him out of the base, but the Mirage tanks actually killed the infantry, but the Mirage tanks are safe. Keep desolating. Keep desolating. Trap his units. Trap his units on the hell. Oh man, what's he doing? I don't know why he stopped the desolation. Because he could have killed all his stuff. I mean, he's got battle fortresses there. I don't know if all those battle fortresses are filled to the top. Not sure. But the Allies has too much stuff now. The Allies army is too big now. Like, he's got the prism tower defenses, force shield, so he doesn't lose any key buildings, key building insurance. And now this weather storm is coming. If you would have trapped him in the head, that would have been good. Now, the nuclear missile, he has to get a big hit with a nuclear missile, but his base is falling apart by the second. So it's gonna be really hard for him. He wants to get his desolator up. That's what he's trying to do. And he might try to nuclear missile those units. Or his base, I don't know. Yeah, that's not gonna win the game because Allies' army is too big and he's getting his super. Oh, chronosphere too. Damn, he got him good. He blew up the nuclear power plant. All his taste of damage. And he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill myself with that desolator. So, pretty brutalizing super weapons by Allies. But that's something you gotta do with Soviet. You gotta keep the tempo. You can do what he did with the fast Iron Curtain, but you gotta make it work. You gotta have, you know, a game plan to make it work. And it's hard versus when you're versus a high skill player. Everything you do versus a high skill player is harder to execute because the skill is higher and you need an even better strategy versus an even better strategy on the other side of the other army. So that makes perfect sense. So anyway, makes perfect sense that it's harder to beat a harder player with a higher skill level. Well, they're both good players, but I mean, this allies just got them. Good game.